I told y'all we working. We working. Monday mistakes, Mo.J. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You're gonna have to give us a second. My dog Big Smurf is in the backstage. We trying to get that microphone to work, but we're gonna have an interview. We're gonna find out what's really going on in these streets. You know how we gonna do it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and cut this because, like I said, we got Big Smurf on the backstage. I'm gonna bring him up. Hopefully, his mic is working. We were having some difficulties, but I didn't want to hold off too long, so we're gonna try to bring him up now. Let me go ahead and see what's going on, Kevin. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Hey, y'all don't understand. We were trying to get the mic to work in the backstage. He had to go in and out of the damn StreamYard a couple times. But let me go ahead and start this off. I'm Mo.J, and today we have Big Smurf, Mr. Kevin Trayvon Patterson, aka Big Smurf. He is a CBI representative. We got him on here. They said, Mo, you don't know enough about the streets. So I said, all right. Big Smurf reached out to me. I said, we're going to bring Big Smurf on here. He's going to tell you about the streets because they don't believe anything that I be saying over here. So how are you doing, brother?
I'm blessed, bro. And yourself?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Thank you for reaching out to me. We got you on here, Monday Mistakes. A lot of people like this. Is where we pick 3 characters and we just talk about where they went wrong in the episode and how they could potentially bounce back. But before we get into all that, we're going to ask a little bit about Kevin. So do you prefer Kevin or Trayvon?
I prefer Kevin.
Okay, Kevin. So here we try to bring on. We watch a lot of Tubi movies. Also, wait, you're not involved in the strike, are you?
I am. So like,
okay. All right. I just making sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, how did you actually get into acting? Before we get into Big Smurf, how did you actually get into acting? And we're gonna see how it led up to getting this role.
Yeah, man. It was I kind of fell into it as a blessing. I found it in high school, doing like theater and stuff. That's actually where I'm at right now. I'm doing a play out in Wisconsin, Door County, Wisconsin. So I'm up here in the woods right now. Yeah, I found it in high school, like my senior year. I was an athlete, but I wasn't like a starter. Was never like the star athlete. So around the time of my senior year, I wanted to find something different. And I always sat with like the theater kids at lunch. So I got in cool with them, and then just the intrigue started to grow. And then went to community college, met some great people there that helped to keep the doors open. And just like in life, one thing leads to the next. So that's how acting kind of like fell in the lap for me.
So what would be one of your? Is this your first big role, or what would be some of the work?
No, it's not. And I wanted to tell you that too, because when I saw the stream for episode 3, you were like acting debut, and I was like, if only Jay knows, if only he knew the struggle. But I would say, in terms of scale, there's not power is huge, and be in a position like to work on a show like that. It's incredible, and there's nothing like it. But I'm from Chicago, so we got the Chicago PDs, done that a couple different times. We got the I just shot a show called 61st Street that was shot in Chicago. And another show that's coming out on BET sometime, I don't know when, but I got like a nice little guest recurring role on there.
All right, real quick before you go any further, let me apologize. I thought it was his acting debut. Kevin been working, y'all. Kevin been working. Y'all think I'm putting in work? Kevin is out here actually working. My bad to cut you off.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I'm definitely trying. Mindhunter. I did a show called The Red Line. It got canceled like after the first season, but this is definitely this is one of the big ones for me. So no doubt about that.
Okay. So when it came to Power, did you choose this role, or you just went in for a reading and then from there they picked it?
I was a fan first of Power. Like I got on kind of late with the Power train. I think they did 6 seasons of the OG Power, and I got on like at the 6th season, and I've just been watching ever since. And I actually auditioned for the first season of Force when it came to Chicago. And I auditioned for a couple roles. I auditioned for that Jeremiah role, Didn't get that one. And then I auditioned for that the cop role, the Seamus role, and I didn't get that either.
Hey, I'm glad you didn't get that.
No, but
get that.
That's my boy Debo. He's real talented, really talented actor, and I'm glad he got it. But yeah, I'm glad I didn't get it either. Because I like the position I'm in right now.
Okay, so
I didn't get to choose it. No, just like with any audition, my agents, my managers, they send it to me. I kind of got like a mock-up like audition read, and then I auditioned and got an offer, which was a big blessing.
okay. So are a lot of the actors in Chicago that are on the set, a lot of you guys knew each other prior to these roles? Like, is the Chicago acting community like close knit?
Yeah, I would say like the Chicago community is real, like it's big but small. So sorry, that's my cat fucking up some shit. It's big but small. So I knew of a couple of the people that I was working with, but I didn't really get to know them until we were working on set and stuff like that.
All right. So if you guys don't remember who Big Smurf is, I have a couple of the steals. He was the one over here doing all the work where where Marshall was telling him that might be a little too much. Pause. But so this is Big Smurf. Remember, he was the one that Tommy called to go follow Janard. So let me ask you this. All right. We got a little bit of your background. We know that you work. I'm gonna get some of your work. I'm gonna have you send it to me on Instagram, and I'll bring it up on like one of my free lives, and we'll just look at that. But let me ask you this. Are you glad that you're CBI and not treason?
Boy, I cannot tell you how happy I am that I am CBI and not treason. I mean, when I just like when you get the scripts, you only know episode at a time what's going to happen. Unlike most regulars, they'll probably get the whole season. So I only knew what was going on an episode at a time for the episodes that I was involved in. And I was seeing how, as I'm sure everyone else is starting to see, treason is kind of like here and CBI is like up here. And I was like, I'm glad I'm on the winning team, especially when you get to work with like Joseph. When you're on the side of Tommy, you already kind of know you on a winning team right there. So yeah, that was a big treat for me to be on the CBI, not the treason side.
Yeah, we have in our community on YouTube, our power community, I have a couple of my homeboys. They do, breakdowns and shows also, but they were always treason. Me, I was like, I'm CBI. But let me ask you this, because no one's going to ask you this. Just you can be real with me. Who runs CBI? Is it Tommy or is it Diamond? Who do you like? You answer to Tommy?
This is what I'll say. From the first episode, you kind of get the sense that Diamond and Tommy are working together, but if from a Big Smurf point of view, I'm down with Diamond.
With Diamond. See, that's what I wanted to know. Is Big Smurf, is he more loyal to Tommy, or is it, hey, I'm CBI first with Diamond, and if Tommy calls me up?
I would say I feel like Big Smurf is a little bit more loyal to Diamond because, if we were doing history, I would say Big Smurf was part of CBI for a while, and Diamond was the guy that was running it right before Janard took over. So Tommy coming in is new, but I'm also seeing Tommy knows how to make this money work for us and bring the money in. So it's good to have two good leaders. It may feel like Tommy's kind of running it. I mean, it is his show and everything, but I feel like Smurf answers to Diamond more so than he would to Tommy.
Oh, okay, because we trying to figure it out. I get on here for a couple hours and just come up with my own little theories and stuff. But yeah, we're just trying to, we're trying to see it from Big Smurf's perspective. So are him and Marshall, they just work together? They're just CBI?
Yeah, it's just CBI. It's funny because this is a little behind the scenes situation, but when that scene was originally written, it was written with my homeboy Corey, and he plays the character Bones. I don't know if you remember from the first episode, he was the guy that was like, "Hell yeah, D, you already know I'm with it." Like as soon as they were like talking about how they were going to move in the operation. I always say it's funny because your character doesn't have a name until they start saying your name in the show. Like I was in the first and second episode, but I didn't have no name until Tommy starts saying Big Smurf. Then you can relate the name to the character. But there's also another character in there, Bones. So it was originally supposed to be me and Bones, but I think something happened. COVID was going around, so they had rewrote it where they introduced the character of Marshall, reintroduced it back. So Yeah, we all we all work together. We're all in the same organization. Ahmad is super dope to work with. He's super funny just in real life.
Yeah, we have him in another show, but we don't mention that show when we talk about Power. But yeah, that's why I was asking, just because we see him in other shows also.
Yeah. No, and that was a dope scene too because that shooter who was the director, she allowed us to like really improv, but you know how the edit goes, they don't always keep everything, so it was kind of cut down a little bit more than what was there on the page. But I'm glad how it turned out. I thought it was pretty funny. I like my look when I'm looking at the little bag, the little condom and shit. Yeah.
Also, I know you probably don't know, but we over here, we always try to figure out how much weight are they actually moving, how much, you know what I mean? Because we try to get like a ballpark figure. But let me ask this. Is Big Smurf, hey, you can be real. This is a safe spot. Is Big Smurf scared of Janard? Like, is Janard's presence in the street like what it used to be when he was running CBI? Because I mean, we know what happened to Janard at the end of the episode, but
Mhm.
as when treason broke off, like, are people still fearing Janard in the streets though?
Nah, I think Lil K did a good example of before no
Yeah.
spoilers, but I mean hopefully you've seen the episode already if you're watching this. But before Lil K met his maker, he told Janard, he was like, you ain't got a pot to piss in. And if one person in the street is thinking that, everybody, that's what's going around. Everybody kind of knows Janard ain't where he used to be. You can tell he's struggling. So is it a fearful thing? No, I don't think. Big Smurf definitely not afraid of Janard at all.
Dang. Hey, everyone that's team treason, you're hearing it. No one in the streets is really fearing. Well, you're right. Even little K didn't fear him before he went up out of here. Dang.
Right? You ain't got a pot to piss in. They just took your whip. You ain't got none. Like, and you over here doing drugs. You need to slow your roll, 10 speed. So
So
yeah,
at the Stop the Violence rally where they were introducing the task force, could it have went down between CBI and treason, or y'all had orders to stand, you know what I'm saying? Stand back a little bit. Don't get into nothing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Right now, I'm
definitely.
talking to you as Big Smurf, you know?
Yeah. Well, you see how I see it is treason, because I feel like treason are more like the hotheads of the two cliques, and CBI is a little bit more cool, calm, collective, and that really trickles down from like who the leaders are, right? You can tell Diamond is like a little bit more thorough, a little bit more thought out with things. So if something were to happen, it wouldn't been because CBI started the drama. It would have definitely been because of treason. You know, uh, they had my boy Ki in there. He did like a little shoot, like a little gun shoot thing. I don't know if you got the peep. It was real small, real subtle, but I was watching for because these my people, and he do a little bit of this, and I was like, okay, so yeah, that's what treason's on, and we more like we ain't gonna do nothing. There's the police here, the mayor is here. Like, why would we do this?
Hey, real quick, everyone put a 3 in the chat. We want Big Smurf to make it to season 3. Big Smurf ain't no pack. If you
Yes,
team treason,
sir.
if you're team treason, you heard it first, man. Y'all some hotheads. Y'all need to be. Well, I don't even know if there's a treason no more. I call them the Treehouse Boys because they went all the way together. But if you team treason, put a 3 in the chat because guess what? Big Smurf is making it to season 3. We gotta have
Yeah,
him in season 3.
yeah, I'm hoping so too. Like it's so crazy with the strike and everything going on. Union strong, SAG-AFTRA, that's part of my union.
Yeah.
And you just got to really be grateful for the writers. The writers, they can really make or break somebody in a show. And I kind of have my own theory about Power, and I guess I'll share it here. But like I feel like when writers start writing, when they start giving a character a little bit more to do, especially like in this season, for example, Chewie, right?
Yeah.
From the first episode, Chewie is on one, and he's got a lot to say. He's got a lot of opinions, right? I think as soon as a character like that starts to build up, you kind of know that either either you're gonna get killed or either something else is gonna happen, right? So I'm like hoping that like keep Big Smurf where he's at. Don't give me too much, but don't give me too little. Keep me right in the middle so I can make my way to season 3, 4, 5.
That's what we always say over here. If it's a group of people, we got to do something in one of the movies or shows that we're watching. You don't want to be one or two or the last people. You want to be right there in the middle.
Right in the middle, exactly.
Yeah, you got a good little role because they did send you out. You just doing the scouting, drop the location on Janard. So yeah, you like involved. So Tommy knows. All right, Big Smurf is someone I can lean on. So that's cool. That's cool. But you
Yeah,
got the right mind frame.
I thought it was dope too, man. Because like I said, you don't know. Like when I booked the role, it says recurring character.
Yeah.
But you don't know how many episodes you're gonna get. So every other week you're waiting, like, am I gonna get the call? Like, all right, be available for this episode, be available for this episode, you know, even though they give you like a 4 or 5 block month period where they can say, hey, we can use you anytime of day, you know, you're just kind of hoping like, oh, please put me in the next episode, the next thing, give me one line here, one line there, you know. And I thought this was a really good episode for Big Smurf too. Like it got to showcase a little bit of his personality, what I'm trying to do with the character and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I mean, in the first episode, we even said that we were joking around about Chewie and Little K basically not making it past one episode. But yeah, when you turn up like that too early, man, they usually get rid of you, man.
You got to. I mean, it's just like, you know, I mean, Tommy said it the best, you know, the second I think he said the second it's the principle, right? Like the second you step out of line, you gotta go. And that's what power has been from the jump, you know.
Yeah, is it gets kind of bad out there. Now, let me ask you this: what's the difference between working with Tommy and then being around Joseph?
I mean, it's night and day. I mean, obviously, Joseph is not this sociopath, you know, who's like, I'm gonna just murder people. You know, he is. I mean, I couldn't tell you how nice Joseph is. I mean, I could write a whole novel about how nice he is as a person. And it's just a general thought that I always have walking into a set. When you're number one on a call sheet is where they have like the crew and all the actors, and they give like these numbers. So when you're number one, you know this is your show, and the leader really that's a big position to be in, right? Like I'm carrying a show. Not only am I got to do a good job on screen, but off screen, you got to make a very comfortable environment for everybody. And Joseph, so warm. Like the second you meet him, he's like shaking up, you know, how's it going? Asking a little bit about yourself. And he's a Chicago guy too. So it was real good to pick his brain, learn a little bit about him, you know. He's very warm in that sense. And when he's on screen, it's like flip of the switch. Let me get into this character. I mean, granted, he's lived with the character for 6-7 years, you know, he's probably got a different perspective of it, but from someone who's trying to be in a position, hopefully one day where he's at, it's good to see that veteran, you know, being able to turn it on and turn it off, you know, it's real special in that sense.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that is cool that you on there, man. You on Power, like you said. So I started my YouTube on season 5 of the original Power, but it's cool just seeing it follow, and now you actually on the show. So I know you were excited once you got this role. Once it said,
woo, I wanted to do backflips. I mean, I can't do no backflip, you know, but I wanted to do some because I can't tell you, it felt like a long time coming. I believe that, you know, things happen for a reason. And during COVID, I was looking for I was trying to find a show, but I was like, I can't find nothing. And then I just started rewatching Power, and I really season 6, because season 6, there was something so different about that Power, about how they did each episode from a different character's perspective. And I thought that was really dope, because you could see like the nuances between what this person thought this situation went and how another person thought the situation went. So I was like, man, the writing is getting A1. And when I found out they were doing Force in Chicago, obviously hitting my agent up, got to give me an audition. Didn't book any of those roles I was telling you about, but I did end up working like, they call it like PCR testing or whatever. Because when you're on a show like that with COVID going around, you got to test, you know, 2-3 times a week, maybe sometimes every day. So I had ended up getting a gig where I would drive to like Chris Lofton, Joseph, Isaac, go to their place and test them, like do a nasal swab, you know, like, so I was like, man, I feel so close to it, right? And I was like, and I really love this show, and I hope I get the chance to do it. But when I got around to getting that offer for season 2, oh my God, you know, I just felt like it was going to be life-changing. And it's kind of sad because, you know, I mean, it's sad, it's happy and sad with the strike going on. You can't really do a whole lot of promoting, right? But this is big. This is big for Kevin, right? Like, this is a big network show. People like it, especially people like us, for the culture. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna recognize the show, and it's like, that's why I was glad I was able to reach out to you, and you were so gracious to let me hop on.
Man. Anybody on the set that wants to come on here, just talk a little bit. Like I said, I don't have the bigger platform, but I can get your voice out here. But for me, you reaching out, I enjoy power. So it's good. I always want to hear like the little stories, how people got these roles. I'm always interested in hearing that. And there might be actors in here that never know. Like season 1, you were doing testing. Season 2, you're in it. So
I know, yeah. Yeah, no, and I'm sure people want to, but I think there's this little bit like a fear, you don't want to go against your union or anything. I don't feel like
yeah.
I'm doing that with this, I feel like it's more so about like me trying to expose myself, as opposed to promote the show.
Yeah, we're not promoting the show. We just hearing about you, hearing your personal story. We no spoilers or anything either. How was it working with Isaac?
Isaac's like big bro. Like, funny story. So when I first met Isaac, I was like, I try not to be like a fan, right? Even though I am a fan. So I was like, trying to play it cool, this, that, and the other. Like, hey, what's up, man? You know how mugs be like, hey, what's going on, bro? Yeah, good to see you. Okay, yeah. But we would do table reads for every episode. And I got this sense, I was like, man, like, I don't know if Isaac's fucking with me or not. But I remember like later down the line, a couple episodes in, we were going out to like shooters. She was having like a viewing party for P Valley because she had shot an episode of P Valley. And
Man, let me find out you in P Valley.
I'm not, but I'm texting shooter like, yo.
Hey, get the rolls, brother.
But because Isaac's he's big bro for sure. So he comes up to me, he goes, hey man, you need to fix your lighting for these table reads. He's like, you need to stop having your cat running around. And I was like, huh? And he's like, cuz bro, he's like, Courtney Kemp's in these Zoom readings, Gary Lennon's in these readings, these are the producers, and you want to show that you're serious.
Yeah.
Right. And it was something I wasn't even thinking about because back in the day, table reads used to be all in the room. So the Zoom table reads are different, and you feel like you can just be a little bit more in your own space. You're not really thinking. Sometimes I just like roll out of bed maybe like 20 minutes before, hop on the Zoom read, So him telling me that, it really just put in, because this is big for me, And I told him that, I was like, well, I hope it wasn't making you feel disrespect or anything, because this is huge. So from that moment on, I would come up with my lights on. I'd have my lights bright, cat tucked away, like, just to show that extra level of work ethic, and that's something that Isaac's really dope on. And on set, he's just super warm too, he's just like, let's do the work, let's get to it. Super talented guy. Him, Kris they're all so talented.
So what about how are you with the I mean, I know they haven't showed you interacting with the Flynn's or anything, but off camera, how are you with their family? How is it being around them? Because we know that Vic, he's hitting that bottle a little hard now. Claudia is all over the place. But how are they compared to their characters? Because on screen we see the Flynn's are always messing up. I know Shane, they aren't living like that in real life.
Yeah, so I only got to meet Shane and Lili maybe 2 times. One was at a party, and the other time was when I was testing them. But because when you're on set, you only work with the people that you're going to be in the scene with for that day. So I didn't have any scenes with them, or like if we were to meet, it was in passing. So you didn't really get I didn't really get a chance to pick their brains. But when we were at the party, super nice, super welcoming, super warm. It's really like one big family, because everyone's trying to do this show for 6-7 seasons, and everyone's energy is always just positive, So if anything I can say about them, they're very positive, very positive people.
As far as the Force cast go, do you guys? I know 50 brings the bigger roles out on his tour and everything, but does like Force? Do you guys ever have? Is there ever a moment like the Power Universe comes together? Like you guys have a big Force, Raising Kanan, Ghost, like everyone comes together, or you?
I gotta say, Jay, they do be doing things like that, but I'm very much like, I feel like an introvert, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to like being in those kind of spaces, because it's still new to me, and they go to club outings all the time. I'm not a club. I don't like the club like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'd much rather go to a dive bar,
Yeah.
I'm very much like a homebody in that sense. But when I do get to just, be out in the world with like anybody that's in Chicago at the time, It is. It's very nice, and it's very like I see them on Instagram all the time. Like I probably would have went to that 50 Cent show, but I'm out here in Wisconsin, so I didn't have the opportunity to do that. You know, I would have reached. I'm the type of person that invites myself to things. You know, I'm not gonna wait for the invite. If I want to go, I'm gonna say, hey, how can I get there? What do I need to do? I'll shoot the text. I'll make the call.
You know, it's crazy. Just last night we were watching a Tubi movie, and I was telling them, if they don't send you an invite, then it's best you didn't go anyway. You didn't need to be there if they didn't send the invite. But I'm with you. If it's something that I see that I want to do, I'm gonna go ahead and reach out. Hey, is it possible? You know what I mean? Because all they can do is tell me no.
Exactly. And you know, a closed mouth don't get fed. That's how I feel about anything. So it's always good to reach out if you know. And you know, again, I'm still relatively new in the game, and I don't want to make mistakes. So you know, I don't overreach my hand if I don't need to. You know.
No, I definitely understand. You know, every now and then I might reach out, see what's going on. I reached out to Joseph. Hey, Joseph, man, that DM is from I think season 1 of Ghost.
Well, again, a lot of those guys, you know, they probably won't want to do any press or anything right now because of the strike. Like they don't even post. They rarely post force on their Instagram if that's the case. You know.
Okay. So I was waiting. I have a one of my homeboys that also does. I was gonna bring him up. Shout out to my boy Brillo, because you know that's one of the first people I worked with on here, and he's the guy that does Team Treason. So here he is right here. I'm actually gonna bring him up.
Oh, come on.
Hey Brillo, I'm just letting you know, man. I'm just the mediator. CBS Treason. Keep it peaceful in here now.
Man, we in here with the ops, man. It's treason. Nah, what up, though, man?
What's good, homie?
What's good, man? Big fan. We all, you know, we the power community. We talk about every episode, man. But you know, I jumped off the porch with Team Treat with co-signing Team Treason. It's not looking good for us, man.
It's a tight fight. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But you know, just hang on in there, see what happens, see how it goes. You know, stick to your guns.
I ain't got nothing to do with it. Do you have Brillo, if you want to ask him any questions, I told him about 30 minutes. I mean,
I'm in no rush, y'all. Like it's my day off. I got a beer. Like I said, I'm a fan first, you know. So like I like to just talk about power in general.
That's how this started. And then I got Monday Mistakes, and it just grew from there. I hooked up with Brillo Pauls, and then me and Brillo been working together back and forth. So I'll anytime I have an opportunity, I'm always gonna reach out to Brillo and see if he's available. So I'm glad you did reach out. But Brillo, if you want to ask him anything, you can definitely do that.
So from all the characters that you work with on Force, like who is the most like unlike the character? You know what I mean? On the show, like the most opposite.
I mean, I hate this the leading man.
Minus Tommy.
Oh, minus Tommy.
We all know Tommy ain't like that in life.
Oh yeah, Tommy a superhero for real.
Kris is not like his character at all. I mean, let me say this. I think this is in general in acting. Like, I got the opportunity to work with Morris Chestnut like last year. And I don't know if y'all seen Best Man.
I reviewed it, yep.
Best Man, Morris Chestnut, his character in that, Lance, is just like Morris Chestnut. Like they are, you know, I don't know if it's God Family Football form, you know, like in real life, but I feel like actors the whole point of being an actor is never to try to be more than what you already are, right? Because you want to give some truth. So Kris does bring a lot of his charismatic energy and, you know, vibrations to the role of Janard, but he's a way better businessman than Janard, you know, like he's completely different from his character Janard as well. Kris was actually one of the first people I actually like chopped it up with, smoked. He took me out to like Gibson's one night. We was like getting lit, you know, showing me around. So he's a very like hearty, warm person, you know, very much, very, very opposite of what you may think Janard is. I feel like his character is kind of cold and like, you know, impulsive and doesn't really think a lot of things through.
Yeah, he in a blender right now, but you know, we rooting for him. I see a couple Team Trees and people in the comments.
I'm just telling y'all, this season right here, y'all have no idea. Everyone is so excited about this. From day one, when I was on set, they were like, y'all don't even know that this season is going to be it's going to blow season 1 out of the water. And I hope y'all been feeling that way, because I have, even though like I have a little bit of a personal connection to it as well, I really am getting those OG power vibes.
I'll tell you this. Season 2 it's killing season 1. Season 1, I don't know what they did with
I'm-
season 1, but yeah, season 2, y'all redeeming yourselves out here. I like it. I know Kris, he's in the chat every now and then. He was telling us we didn't have to wait till episodes like 7, 8, and 9 to actually see action. He was true with that. So what you guys are doing with season 2 is actually better. To me, it has a little more realism outside of, Tommy being able to do whatever. But other than that, I like the feel of this season. Pause.
Yeah. You about to say something, bro?
Oh no, I was just gonna agree. Like, yeah, season 1, I'm a huge Power fan, so I stuck with it. Really wasn't a fan of season 1, but season 2, first 3 episodes, I say definitely, a lot better.
And there's only
in
one,
my opinion, this season 1. I think they know that too. They kind of did it like a reboot almost. They know.
Well, what it is like, I feel like with any show, we know Power, right, as fans. So like with Ghost, it was kind of easy to have a transition because you got Tariq, you've been with him for X amount of years. You kind of got introduced to Braden. You kind of knew that college world. And then you got characters like Sax that are thrown in there, the Lorenz Tate character, the Councilman Tate's in there. So you kind of got this cushion to kind of fall back on. And with Force, shout out to Robert Munich, who was there I am right there. Shout out to Robert Munich, who was the showrunner for season 1. He got a big responsibility in giving you all new characters, a whole new environment, and really trying to work your way into that. And Gary Lennon is just taking what Rob did and just amplified it. And it was like, now that you kind of know what you're dealing with, let's give you the real nitty gritty of it. Let's introduce you more to the characters themselves, a little bit more of the world. I remember I was listening to somebody said the world feels more lived in, and that's the truth for sure. Like, I do agree that this season, the world feels a lot more walked in, a lot more going on.
You definitely feel like a bigger Chicago, so to speak. With the cartel coming into play, and then you got the Flynn's, as well as the Serbs. They still around.
Watch out for them Serbs. Don't sleep on them. I'm gonna tell you that. Do not sleep on the Serbs, because
we would sleep for long because we would sleep because they was getting stepped on. But I'm see now I'm gonna take your word for it.
Do not sleep on the Serbs, man. They might surprise you.
Tyrone Reeves. Do you have like a personal relationship with him outside of the show?
No, I don't. That was actually the first time I met him. But
on this scene here,
where you met set, yeah. Oh. And that's that in that scene. That was the first time we met. And I promise you, like when we were doing the scene, I was giving him a little bit more up and down, like kind of look, because he's a smaller kind of guy, and I'm kind of like big. So when I saw him, I didn't know he was doing all that deep acting, right? Until I saw the scene, because he's killing it. I'll tell you right now, he is smashing that role.
Yeah, we call him Mr. Don't Play over here.
Mr. Don't Play. He don't play, and he's such an incredible actor. And like, as I was watching the scene, I was like, damn, I can learn a lot from him just because his non-verbals is real. And that's what I think makes a really good actor, is when you're able to communicate something without saying it, right? And he really nailed that scene that we had. But yeah, he's dope. He's a super kind dude. He works a lot too. I remember that last year when we were shooting it, he was working on another TV show. I think it's called Justified City Primeval. And he plays like a recurring character on that too. So yeah, he's dope.
Oh yeah, he definitely trying to lock Diamond back up. That's for sure.
I liked your theory too. You were like, I think it was you, Jay, that said like, is he gonna start following Big Smurf now? Like, and then trying to.
That's what I was looking at. I was like, man, if he's coming out with this bag, we know what's in the bag, but Tyrone don't seem like he's new to this. So I was like, man, what if he goes out and he starts following you? But I mean,
right. I'm gonna need CBI to not have nothing in that barbershop. We need some new stash houses.
Hey, for real. If Tyrone is showing up every week to get his fade, man, you can't have nothing here. And he asking all these weird questions. At least OG held it down for you. I give OG that.
Oh, me, he sure did. And I actually like that y'all say that. But y'all really listening to the series. why are we? I was questioning that too when I watched it. I was like, yeah, why are we doing it right down in the basement? Like, shouldn't we be somewhere else? It feels like this could happen multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So that I'm not a writer or nothing, but I'm like, I do question that too. Like, Diamond, you could be making a little bit better choices here.
I mean, don't y'all have a huge warehouse? Y'all got the warehouse that y'all were doing the CBI where you guys were taking the oath.
Listen. I don't know.
You might have to talk to boss man.
I would just go where they show up, tell me to show up at. All right, we're here today. I'm like, all right, let's.
They needed that dramatic scene of Mr. Don't Play and the OG and Smurf. You know what I'm saying? To put the pressure on Diamond.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I mean that's why, and that's the writing is so good because sometimes I feel like we'll do a table read, but after the table read, I don't really read the script again. I'll just focus on my scenes. So as I'm watching the episodes and seeing how they're built back in together, I'm like, oh, this does make sense because this is adding that extra level of pressure or stress on Diamond, Like I often forget about that. There's a whole lot more storytelling going on, and I'm just one cog in the wheel to keep it moving.
Yeah, you trying to get, hey, I got to do my role. Everything else around us, I'll worry about that when it gets there. Exactly. I need to know me.
Exactly.
Right.
Damn, man. You were right there, man. We're not gonna let you get through this. You let Chewie die, man. You let Chewie switch sides. You convinced Chewie to
Chewie had to go the second he switched it up on us, though. The second he flipped treason, Big Smurf was definitely like, I probably would have killed him if I.
Hey man, rest in peace, Chewie, man.
Yeah, shout out to Ricky Rampage. Yeah,
Ricky Rampage. Shout out to Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky's super talented, man. He's actually he does radio talk show for WGCI, I believe. So he's big in Chicago, and this was I'm glad he's getting his flowers. That's a good character for him. It was a good way to go. It's very memorable. I always think about like when people die on shows, because they could just write you off and never give you like a death scene, right? But when they give you like your flowers in that sense, it's a good, honorable way to go. And, it's something that keeps the conversation going. People could talk about it for, weeks to come, weeks on end.
I think I was one of the only people that said, this is going to sound, I said, I actually like the scene where the little girl got, eliminated. Not the fact that she got eliminated, but stuff like that happened. It gave it that realism.
It did. It did.
So I like that. I gotta preface it by saying, the situation, it just gave it that realism to me. I'm like, okay, see, stuff like that happen. We got a saying for people like Chewie in Detroit. He got a whack jumper. The boy can't shoot, man.
Not the whack jumper. No, but I think you hit the nail on the head right there, Brillo, because it's true. And I think the show did a really good job, even though it was small and subtle. When Janard, when we were at the protest, one of the CBI members, his name is K.I. in real life, and his character name hasn't been introduced yet, but he says Lil K did the right thing, because if you coming from that situation, like if you in gangs, it's an eye for an eye. You get what I'm saying? But you do see how it impacts the community, and they're doing a really good job of that, showing like this is not just affecting our internal beef, but it's hurting the community as well.
Yeah, that definitely him hitting that little girl was a huge moment for the show. Because if he wouldn't have, they probably wouldn't even care. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think he would still be alive if he didn't hit the girl.
Yeah,
he disobeyed Janard.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy's really doing. Tommy does a really good job in the show of putting the pressure on Janard too. Like, look, what's it gonna be? You either gonna take care of this because we told you not to do this, and also Tommy is the boss. When I think about it, he be telling people to do. He tell people to jump and they jump. He really do. I'll be like, damn, Janard, you really just gonna fall back like that? Okay, cool, all right.
That's why I was asking you, as Big Smurf and you CBI, who do you answer to? Do you answer if Tommy and Diamond both told you to do something? What do you think Big Smurf is going to do? Because Tommy will get you knocked if you don't do what he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Diamond, he seemed like he's kind of cool, and he'll talk it out. So
yeah, I like the way they played it too, where it was like he was, because originally how I was playing it when I was doing the scene. Tommy says, I need you to follow Janard. And I was kind of like, oh, what do you mean? Like when I find him, what should I do? Like, you want me to smoke him or like, what is it? But he was just like, no, follow him because he's supposed to be doing like just little things like that. If I'm hearing that my chief is telling me follow somebody else because they supposed to be doing something for me and they're the rival gang, I'm already looking at this dude like, oh yeah, he's a sucker. Like, cool, we got this in the bag. We ain't got to worry about Janard.
Right. Yeah, we seen you when you were watching Janard over at Little K's grandma. When you looked at him, Janard looked at you. You were like, "Yeah, we got you."
And that's so crazy too, because I tell you, an editor can make or break a scene. They had me like eating popcorn while I was doing it, right? Like, so I was like enjoying the show, like, "Ooh, what is this?" But I'm glad they got the look that they did get and they pulled from.
Yeah, thinking about it now, that would have been the kind of
whack. Little team. You said something about nonverbals and their actors. I want to just point out. I think you did a good job. I know you remember the scene when Tommy was going off on Merkovich when he pulled up.
Yeah.
I could tell like they wanted the CBI wasn't rocking with Tommy, but when he got to going on Merkovich, people gave that look, gave that nod, like Tommy, like, you know what I'm saying? This is our blocks. You know what I'm saying? We keeping these blocks. Everybody look like, okay, white boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I could see it. I could see it happening. Mm-hmm. So I know exactly what you meant with nonverbals.
And he did a take two in this scene right here, where he's because Merkovich had a ponytail in the first season, and Joseph, just being a smart actor, he pointed out that he was like, "Oh, I like your haircut too," and then he like kicks the car, he like kicks the back of the car as they drive off, and I was like, "Damn, that would have been dope if they had that," but you can only take what you can get.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we looking real tough right there.
This was cold though. This was cold.
Like one of my favorite scenes.
This is where we like, damn, they fucking with Tommy now. All right, cool.
Yeah, that's what we could see it. Like, okay, he done turned the corner. Like he official CBI now.
Yeah, I'm glad that read too, because honestly, I was just thinking like, okay, if I got to shoot, I'm gonna shoot this guy, because Diamond's right there too. Like again, like that's how I was thinking. Like the actor brain in me was like, okay, I'm gonna follow Diamond and whatever happens here, but knowing that we together, okay, cool. And then I did like how he played it,
That's what's up, man. I ain't gonna lie, that stuff's cool. Hearing it from people that are actually there, I like to know everything that's going on behind the scenes. How long would you say you, like for your character, like this day, how long would you say you're usually on set for?
Woo! Then this is where the humbling begins, because you will be on set for hours, 4 or 5 hours. They're getting really the most time that you're acting is probably like 10 to 15 minutes. And the other times is them setting up looks, right? And I remember a long time ago when I had booked a TV show called Mindhunter, I had one line, but I worked on set for 2 days. And when we got to my scene, like my little one line or whatever, I felt rushed because they were like, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And they were like, go, just get it out. We got plenty of restaurant stuff. And I was like, damn, really? Like, I've been waiting 2 days just to say these 2 lines and y'all trying to rush me, So it can be humbling like that when you are just like these smaller characters. You don't really have like a whole lot of meat on the bone. So you really got to find what works for you. And really recognize you're part of something bigger. There's 10 other people that would love to be in the position you are in right now. So you will be on set for hours. I think that day it was like probably like a early morning shoot. We were probably done by like 3, 4.
Man. So let's say if you're not in the scene or shooting, are you watching other scenes or you're just off to the side?
I'm at home or I'm at my day job, my survival job. I work in restaurants when I'm not acting.
Okay.
So and it's like some days, like I remember one day, it's like a later down the line, we were shooting one scene, but it was like in northern Illinois. So we had to drive out there. So I drove out there and I was like, you know what, since I'm already out here, I know they were going to be shooting this big sequence next. I was like, I'll sit around and I want to watch this sequence because it is real cool when you see the behind the scenes, like seeing how it's all getting shot together. So yeah, I sometimes you do that. Sometimes I also don't want to like overstay my welcome because sometimes I like to stay for the free food. I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna wrap before lunch, I'm gonna stick around so I can get that free lunch. You know, like that's how I like to think about it.
So it's just like a spread. Pause. They just got like different food, or is certain days.
No. I'll tell you this right now: when you on set, you feel like a king because they got catering. They will have a PA come to your trailer and be like, "Okay, this is what we have for dinner or for breakfast. What do you want?" And then you can like give them a list, and I'll be like, "Damn!" And the food is so good because they're cooking it right there, fresh in front of you. You know, when you on set, that's why egos can get real big when you on set because you feel like you're on top of the world. Everyone is kind of catering to you, right? But the food be good. I wish I had the catering name. I would shout them out because they were cooking it up.
Yeah, that's how I like to know what's going on behind the scenes. Every week on Friday, I find 5 random things that were in the episode, and I point that out to people and have them guess and try to find it. So that's why I was asking all these questions about like what goes on set. They say, Mo, you should they want me to write scripts and stuff. I just rather just talk about the shows, man. I ain't no writer or nothing, you know. But for me, I definitely appreciate you reaching out to me. We're not gonna hold you up too long. We almost at an hour. Brillo, you have any more questions? You got one for Kevin?
No, just a pleasure to try to mediate this beef we got going on between CBI and Treason, man. So
look, Brillo, I promise you by the end of the season, you're gonna be like, I need to be Team CBI. You're gonna have a whole shirt. All right.
I might flip Treason again.
I promise you're gonna really want to be with the CBI boys because the Chicago Brotherhood Incorporated. We definitely making the magic happen this season.
Damn, Treason, it's looking bad out there for y'all, man.
It's looking bad. I'm gonna stay loyal.
Yes, look, Janard might surprise you. He's full of surprises this season. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, Janard, one of my favorite characters on the show. Of course, besides Thomas. That's what
if you were to ask Joseph would be like, Janard's one of my favorite characters. Because I mean, Kris is just that good. I just texted him the other day. I had just watched episode 3, and I texted him and I was like, "Bro, you went."
That scene when he choked my man out.
Woo!
That was real. Yeah. That whole thing, and even after he did that,
why did it have to be H though?
Man, that's all they had that night, man. Wednesdays are H nights. Come on, man.
Mo, I could have played it if it was Coke. I could have said my man Janard was in his Scarface bag,
Well, that's what he's sniffing
prior to but when he asked for the H, I'm like, oh, I can't spend this.
I was listening to one reviewer. They said it the best. They were like, H is just one of those drugs where it's like, I think it was like movie bot or something like that. They said H is one of those drugs where it just really does. You want to escape your real world problems, and Janard right now don't got no control over nothing, and he just fucked up by killing Lil K. So, fuck it, go to the H. I mean, maybe that's better to get off than crack. I don't know.
Damn, hey, you know what I was just thinking, Brillo? Man, if DeFranco get a hold, and no disrespect to you, Big Smurf, but if DeFranco get a hold of Big Smurf know that he was over there talking to little K at Grandma's house too. DeFranco don't look like he playing around either.
Smurf ain't never flipping.
I don't know, man. This is the power. We done seen the toughest fold. They fooled us.
It ain't so.
With Dante, we thought Dante was the man. Turned out he was the global. I'm not saying Big Smurf's a snitch. I'm just saying.
I'm trying to be like 2-bit. I'm like, I'm gonna go to jail. Fuck it. I'm gonna go to
classic character.
Hey, keep me around for 4 seasons. I'll go do jail. I'll pop back up season 4.
For real, I'm telling you, just don't kill me off. Please, just don't kill me off. That's what I be saying when I tell the writers. I'm like, don't kill me off. Trying to make this happen.
Yeah, you never know when you can come back, and you might come back with a bigger role. You know what I'm saying? So,
absolutely. I mean, there's still plenty of season to go. There's still plenty of Big Smurf that you'll be seeing. So, we only on episode 3. We got out of 10 to go. So,
yeah, that'll definitely be good because they could do a lot now that we see that Big Smurf is loyal to the crew. We could potentially see Tommy like, hey man, we need to put Big Smurf in charge of some stuff, and his right hand man be Marshall.
Hey, Marshall,
Big Smurf,
funny as hell, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh man. Cause that's what it looked like. It looked like YouTube. They're gonna have YouTube partnered up. I mean, that'd be cool though. We see Big Smurf get promoted, and he got Marshall being the one. Cause remember, Marshall's cousin, they work directly with CBI now. So Marshall got cut out of that because of Janard.
Oh right, cousin Buddy. That's
Yeah.
another role I auditioned for too. And I when I saw that it was I forget the rapper's name, but I was like,
Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah,
Freddie Gibbs. I'm like, man, they steady casting the rappers. Like for the role Jeremiah had, I auditioned for that, and Jeremiah get. Then Freddie Gibbs gets Uncle Buddy. I'm like, man, I need to make a soundtrack or something.
You're in a good spot though. You don't want that Jeremiah role.
Look, and I don't want to be cousin Buddy. Yeah. Damn, yeah, they did get rid of him. Yeah, I am in a good spot, man. I'm blessed. I'm very fortunate. And this was great, man. I'm so glad. What was the Monday mistakes that you were going to bring up? Like,
oh, so on Monday, it's just I take 3 characters and we just talk about everything. Of course, the obvious for this week is Janard's mistakes to go and kill Little K, but we go more in depth on what they actually did wrong. So I just pick out like 3 characters and we'll talk about that. Typically on Tuesdays, I have like an administrative day where we'll talk from the perspective of the police. So Tyrone, DeFranco, Stacy Marks. So I just break it down just so we can have a little more interacting throughout the week.
Okay, yeah. No, I like your content, Jay, because I don't know if you saw this, but I saw you were doing it live like one of these nights. And then I had wrote him the comments, and then I was like, man, fuck this, he ain't finna see it. So I sent a super chat. I did like $1.99, but when I did it, I didn't even put a comment in there. So I just sent the money. And I was like, I'm not using my head. He probably got an Instagram. Let me just DM him on Instagram. So
yeah, as soon as you hit me up, I like, oh man, we can get you on Monday's show, man. We can go ahead and knock that out.
Yeah, and it's my off day too, so it worked out perfect. But
hey, I definitely appreciate you. If you're not too busy, Brillo, if you would like to have them on your channel, I'll send them. I'll send the Instagrams to each other. We'll talk on you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you can interview them on your channel also.
Yeah, we could definitely chop it up later down the line. Later when a couple more episodes come up, you know, I will say this. I got some coming up that's going to be nice and juicy, and I would love to come back on and talk about when that happens.
It's not looking good.
Hey, y'all hearing it? Over on Mod.J's, we got the
OT, man. We might have to flip.
CBI information over here. It's Team CBI, no treason.
Yeah.
Information from the source. Hey, I'm telling y'all keep telling me on Fridays, Mo, you don't know nothing about the streets. Well, I don't have to. We got Big Smurf on the team. No spoilers,
but I did just want to say that I would love to come back on again when that happens, because, you know,
yeah, y'all know I don't even do spoilers over here. The episodes get leaked, I still wait. But no spoilers over here. Whenever it happens, shoot. You know, we might be able to do something. I mean, I don't know like how everything with the strike is, but I say, shoot, every week we might get a CBI update. You never know, even if it is like pre-recorded or just 5 minutes. What's going on in CBI?
Hell yeah. Of course, anything I can do. You know, this platform it's a big blessing. You know, just to be able to see and get my voice out there outside of, you know, just the little tidbits that you see of Big Smurf. You know.
Oh, definitely. If you have anything that's, well, I know the strike is going on, but if you have anything that's coming out, I'm always looking for any actor. So if you know anyone on a set, you can reach out to me, and if I can't get to him, Brillo can get them on their channel, on his channel. But yeah, I definitely want to hear from the characters, because I mean, a lot of them, they just regular folk like us, you know, like, so we want to bring you guys on and just hear your perspective of the story, and it's also to see your character, because now we got Big Smurf and we know the voice behind Big Smurf, Mr. Kevin. So I definitely appreciate that.
I appreciate you, Jay. It's been dope. This is my first podcast interview, so you had it here, and I got to get some media training, and I'm only get better.
We're gonna be looking back when you get the star role. We're gonna be looking back like, man, I remember Kevin came on the channel.
Yeah. I don't know if you do any other shows, but when I got another show dropping, hopefully this fall sometime, and I'll DM you what show that is.
Okay, yeah, let me know, because I am looking for more shows. I'm actually about to relocate overseas, so I'll be down for about 2 weeks in October. But after that, yeah, anything you got, like I said, you reached out to me, and I appreciate that. That's how me and Brillo got in contact. He hit me up one day. I like, hell, you the first person that ever reached out to me. Let's work. So
Yeah, especially because you gave me like a whole segment. You were like, let's talk about Big Smurf. And then like you were like, I wonder how old he is, and this, that, and the other. And then you even said I would like to bring him on. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me. And then I DM'd you, but I first super chatted you and I because I don't know how to do the YouTube thing. I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, man, that's just what we do. Like I said, Brillo's my dog. So if I can't do it, then I'm always gonna give it to Brillo. Pause.
I'm subscribed to you, like your channel too, Brillo, right now.
Oh, appreciate
what's it under? Is it just
Brillo the Big Review?
Brillo the Big Review for sure.
Yeah, he has a lot of content over there. So he does the shows. He's a lot more creative than I am. So that's why I always go over to his channel. He'll have it up. Man, he got water bill due. Matter of fact, Brillo, you need to do a water bill due.
I know. That's when I put two characters up and basically they tell me like who deserve to get their water cut off.
Not the water bill.
Yeah, so we got our own little power community. I mean, it's a whole bunch of us, but this is what we do. We get on here, we talk about the show. So anytime you want to, just hit me up. Hey, if you got something popping up, hit me up. And I'll find some time during the week and we can do a live. It don't even have to be nothing long, but everybody in the chat, they want to hear from the actors. You know, we just want to see what's really going on out here. We're always interested.
Yeah. And I'm gonna plug my Instagram at Kev the Actor. Go ahead, go ahead, follow me. I always try to post a little bit when I can. You just keep up with my career, and things are moving in the right direction for me right now. So I feel, you're getting in at ground zero if you with me right now. Oh, I think it's in my name thing too. I don't know if people can see it. Yeah, that's
I don't have the name display, but I put your Instagram up here.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I definitely appreciate that though. Everybody go over to Kev the Actor over on Instagram. Give him a follow. He got Mindhunter up here, Chicago PD. All right. Yeah, my dog is out here working. We got an insider for CBI, y'all. So hey, it's Team CBI, man. We ain't hear that trees and stuff no more. There's no leadership over there. Big Smurf.
Hey man, watch the mouth, man. You got Shanti, man. She holding it down, man.
Hey, we need to mute Brillo. Let's get Brillo out of here. Let's remove Brillo.
Shanti holding us down, man.
Yo, Shanti is a real one. And the actress that plays Shanti, she can sing her ass off too. Like,
so she's a singer?
She was on Broadway doing The Lion King.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a lot of people that do theater also are trying to get more into the film. Like Joseph, he used to do theater too. He was on Broadway for a little bit.
That's dope, man. I never would have known that.
Yeah, I forget her name right now. It's escaping me, but she's got an amazing voice, and she's killing the role. I like what she's doing. Everyone's saying she's giving her what was the cousin's name? Jukebox vibes, but
yeah, they put up a comparison picture of.
She's doing something way different with that character, and she's got this season's so good. Wait till the rest of the episodes come out. Y'all gonna really see a lot more of Shanti too.
All right,
you making us want even more hype about the show, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good season though. I mean, as far as we are right now, I know we got like a little body count. I think we're at 15 or 16 bodies already.
Lots of bodies, and there's only more to come. It's like, whoa, like
15 already.
I don't know if it's 15.
No, I'm saying Mo, no, because he do the counter on his.
Oh, you got a counter for it?
He got the body counter. I'm mad that he thought about it before I did.
Damn, y'all, the mobster, Miguel, y'all.
4,
2, yeah.
6, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 20,
Damn,
21, 22. So 22.
Woo!
3 episodes, 22.
22 bodies. That's wild.
And then Tommy has 4.
Like 7.
Or no, he got Flynn. He got 5 right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, Kevin, we over here, we take this power stuff serious, man. We big fans of it. It's just little things we got. Normally, I have a whole suspect board up with every character's face up there, but right now, I'm like I said, in between moving. But once I get settled, I'm gonna bring the board back out. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Everybody put a 3 in the chat because we won't.
You're not trying to make that board, big.
Yeah, you got. If you make the board, you're official. If you make the board, you're official.
No, that means he on the radar.
Yeah, but that means you're official in the Power Universe.
Hey, I'm already official. You ask me. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. We ain't really, I'm not biased over here. I'm CBI. You know, you a CBI brother. I gotta call you out. You ain't really put in too much work yet, big.
Right. I ain't putting a whole lot of work yet.
Yet. Can't let you get up out of here talking about Big Smurf, Big Smurf. Big Smurf just Smurf right now. Smurf got to put in some work now.
Hey, Smurf put him in the dirt. I've been waiting to say that.
Hey, we got to see it. You need more people. You know what I mean? We need to see it.
Yeah.
Damn. But hey, man, Kevin, thank you for joining us.
Thank
everybody, man. Put that 3 in the chat for Big Smurf. We want him to make it to season 3. Hopefully, he gets promoted to like a lieutenant or something. We definitely gonna see more. Whenever the concoction comes out, pause. We gonna bring you back on here to talk about that moment. But I definitely appreciate you for reaching out for me.
Jump treason.
Hey, Brillo, we trying to get him up out of here, and you trying to get something started.
No, big blessings, yo. Big blessings. Big blessings. Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all. Brillo, I'm definitely subscribe to you. DM you. We can chop it up sometime.
For sure.
Later down the line.
Appreciate
all
it.
Love.
Yeah, like I said, Kev, if you got anybody that's on set and they want to come on, hey man, tell them just reach out to me and we can get it set up, man. We can get them on here. So
yeah, I definitely will. I'll definitely reach out to some of the guys. I know Dre who plays Lil K. He's a big, he watches all this. He sent me some pictures and stuff, so he might really be interested in it. And I'll let him know that I had a good time. It was nice and easy. It wasn't,
Yeah, get my treason brother up here.
Yeah. Right. You need somebody from treason to come talk about it, right?
Hell, he don't know much, man. They didn't got rid of him.
Yeah, but he can always recap about, same questions you was asking me, what it was like and stuff
Gucci
like that.
said, man, they put him in the dirt. we don't care about treason. It's CBI over here.
That's right. That's right.
Definitely reach out to him if he comes on. That'll be definitely a blessing, man. Because that's what I want to do. Of course, bring all the characters in. We just hear everybody's perspective of the show. So I definitely appreciate that. I will be hitting you up behind the scenes. Me and you will talk back and forth. I'll send you Brillo's Instagram and everything, and you guys can work out what you guys got. And thank you, Kevin, for joining. Brillo, thanks for joining. We about to go into the Monday mistakes. I appreciate both of you brothers, and I wish nothing but the best for both of you. And we're gonna be waiting this week to see what the hell Big Smurf got going on, man.
All right, man. Peace, man.
All right, deuces.
All right, y'all.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. All right. I told you I had something for y'all. We got treason. We're gonna try to get treason in here. We're gonna see what I don't even know, man. Does treason even have a side of the story anymore? They dropping like flies over there. They leader on that H-Town. Oh my goodness. I don't know what they doing over there, but Mo has. I got people in the streets, y'all. CBI for life. You know what I mean? Now, 3 out of 10 are real niggas. Well, we found the other 2 real niggas. We got me, we got Brillo, and we had Big Smurf. You know what I mean? They say 3 out of 10 are real niggas. Mo, Brillo, Smurf. You know what I mean? Don't get it twisted, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're about to jump into our Monday mistakes. We'll probably just do like 2 characters today since we did the first hour on the interview. Who we got? Who made the biggest mistakes this week? Hey, thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I like doing interviews, but I'd rather talk to the actors as their character. I mean, of course, we're going to find out where they came from, how they got into acting and getting the role. But I like talking to them as the character just to see what their perspective is coming from their experience with the actual actors, because they're always going to do scenes that we're not going to see. When he brought out the bringing up where Tommy kicked the car, but they didn't put that in there. So it's always good for me. I personally like to hear all of that. So that's why I like to talk to them as their characters. Of course, we're not going to do any spoilers or anything, but we're going to get to the bottom of this. And y'all, hey, Tommy might be the leader of CBI. He might be the leader of CBI. Hey, OT was wilding out. Now I can go back. I don't have to be professional right now. OT was wilding out in the chat, man. Hey, OT, we got guests, man. OT talking about pause in the chat. I'm like, hey, OT, I can't. Hey, we gotta go. We gotta go. Thank you, Miss Cheryl, Renee. Hey, thank all of y'all, man. Yeah, if we can get Janard on here, that'd be dope. But Janard has too much information, though. You know what I mean? Everything Janard do, we know Janard gonna be around for a while, so we gonna figure it out, though. We gonna figure it out. But hey, y'all heard it. CBI, I know the ins and outs. Don't be hitting me up because it's CBI business over here. I can't tell y'all nothing. I might have to stop doing theories and predictions because I might be divulging information. They'd be like, man, Mo is committing treason on CBI, giving up inside information. So I might need to fall back on predictions. I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see. You know what I mean? It's CBI business. I feel like I gotta say that after everything. You know what I mean? Shout out to Tommy and Diamond. It's CBI business. Big Smurf, CBI business. F little K. You know what I'm saying? CBI. I feel like I got to say CBI business after everything now. You know, it's like your first day on the job. You kind of nervous, and they got these little chants that they do. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm in the crew. You know what I'm saying? CBI, CBI, CBI. You know what I'm saying? The CBI business after everything. But let's go ahead. OT is the realest, man. That's my dog, man. That's my dog, man. But who made the biggest mistakes this week that we need to look at? Who made the biggest mistakes? I'm trying to think. Did JP do it? Well, JP did leave that gun in there. And that would be a good one. But that's real short because we know that D-Mac, if you go back and watch, it's a movie with John Travolta, The Rock was in it, Vince Vaughn was in it, and Andre 3000 was in it. But Andre 3000 worked for Cedric the Entertainer. And they gave him a gun and he actually shot it. He said, why you even give me a gun? You know what I'm going to do with it. That's kind of how I feel about D-Mac. You know what I mean? What up, Moon? That's kind of how I feel about D-Mac. You know what I mean? You put a gun around D-Mac, he going to do some ignorant stuff. Hey, thank you to Marcus for that $5. What about Claudia or Mireya getting them on the show? Oh, I mean, I can reach out to him. So last week, let me get his name right so I don't mess it up. Where's his name? At? So last week I posted a video on Instagram in DeFranco. I can't find his real name, but DeFranco reposted it on his Instagram. So I can try to get DeFranco on here. I reached out to Claudia last season. I'll try again this season, and we'll see if we can get her on here. But DeFranco did repost it, so I reached out to him. He hasn't read the DM yet. But, I'm trying to, I'm working. I'm doing a little something behind the scene, trying to make a way, you know what I mean? Trying to do what I can, man, with what I got. So if we can get DeFranco on here, that'd be cool because we get the police side. But I wouldn't want DeFranco to get on here until he starts getting more evidence. You know what I mean? DeFranco, like if we listen to DeFranco right now, we're not really gonna, get to see his perspective of everything. Because episode 1, he wasn't there, and 2 is when he popped. I mean, yeah, he popped up at the end of. What was that 2? 2 is when he got the information. Yeah, episode 2. So we wouldn't get that much information from him now. As far as Claudia, that would be cool because the Flynn family's in shambles. But I also want to know more about what's going on with her and Brendan Doyle before I brought her on. You know what I mean? Some characters you want to see more. It's just with Big Smurf, we're finally getting introduced to Big Smurf and we're seeing him do some stuff. But we're not expecting the storyline to evolve around him. So when we get his perspective, it's good. Now we know exactly where CBI is up until this point because he's starting to get more tasks. And if he can get him and Marshall to partner up together, that'll work. So his storyline is good for right now because he was more involved with Chewie, Little K, because all of them were, they were the foot soldiers. You see what I mean? Yeah, Be Cool was the movie, man. They had Rock in there doing some wild stuff. And then nigga Rock said he liked chicken wings. He said he likes chicken wings. What he do is, this is Rock, this is a pause, but he said he eats a chicken wing. He put the whole bone in his mouth and he suck all the meat off, pause, and just has a bone left. That was a wild movie. Stacy Marks. Shoot, we can get Stacy Marks. We got to reach. Well, wait. I think I reached out to her before on the Shy. I think when they sent me, well, that was a long time ago. I'll definitely reach out to them because that was season 5. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's what I plan on doing. But that's what I was wanting to do with Tubi also. Try to get all the Tubi actors on the show. I know one of the movies we watched that we did a good review on, the producer and everything, but they've been on promo run, so they haven't reached back out to me. But that's what I plan on doing, y'all. You know, bringing on the actors just so we can see how it is behind the scenes and getting their names out there and we can get familiar with them. And if they have any new art that's coming out, any new films or projects, then we'll, you know what I'm saying, we'll talk about it. Because if we don't talk about it, then who will? You never know, man. You never know, man. Big Smurf, Mr. Kevin Patterson might become a big time star. Look back and we had his first interview. You know what I mean? So for me, that's cool. I like that. Was it 7 o'clock? All right, bet. Yeah, give me 2 characters, and we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's story so we can get up out of here. You know, Monday mistakes aren't that long. When you give me 2 characters, I give them both about 30 minutes apiece, and we're gonna figure out what the hell they did wrong. Now, there's a lot of mistakes being made. Unfortunately, for some, little K RIP to some RIP to those cartel members. Their mistakes, you can't bounce. You can't bounce back, bro. Damn. Kyle, yeah, I watched Tubi movies. We did 2 movies this weekend. We might get off of here and do another night. Y'all want to do a Tubi movie tonight? Because we'll get off of here about 8. I can get back on probably like 9:30, 10 if y'all want to do another movie tonight. It's up to y'all, but I told y'all I'm about to be working nonstop till I leave. So we'll probably do a Tubi movie tonight. The more you know during the daytime, we got the administrative group. All right, we'll do a Tubi movie tonight, bet. I'm probably gonna do it 11 Eastern though, so I can get off and get some time to eat. Janard and Vic. All right, I've seen a lot of Janards. We'll tie Little K, Miss Cheryl. We'll tie Little K into Janard's story because Little K, he only had that minimum part, which basically was don't do anything. You know what I mean? Little K's biggest mistake is doing something. We have a thing called something over here. Now, Michael Jackson said you want to get started something. I say a little something. Now, if somebody tells you not to do something, don't go do something. Means the something that they told you not to do, you do that plus some other ignorant shit on top of it. So Little K's little something ended up in a little something. See, something can mean a lot of things. His something ended up being up under a trash bag. Now, Janard, on the other end, his little something, it didn't start with the H. It started right here at his front door. Now, one thing we know in this world of the Power Universe is you never want anyone to bring that to the front door. Yeah, the hood, they told me it got canceled. They told me last night it got canceled. Well, Power didn't, and Tommy's trying to cancel Christmas. He brought the mistakes to the front door. Now, the mistake is not that Little K shot at Tommy E. That's not the mistake, guys. That's not the mistake. The mistake was Little K killing a little girl. How does this lead back to Janard? Well, no one in the crew trusts him. All of the trust is gone. All of his trust was in Shanti. Shanti was telling Janard the same thing that Janard was telling Little K. Don't make a move. So is it Janard's ego that got him in this situation? Or is it just, hey, this is the way it is? Things will never be the same. Because Janard was told by Shanti, the crew don't trust him. Later on in the episode, Shanti actually told him, hey, listen, don't make a move on Little K. That's silly. But she ended up giving up that information because she knew Janard wasn't going to stop asking. So the mistake wasn't that little K shot at Tommy, because if he knocked Tommy off, Janard would be happy about that. So that's not the mistake. The mistake was killing the girl, because now you killed the girl, it's making the block hot. That's why you heard Tommy say he shot the little girl. Of course, he wants to get revenge for the car, but all of it's because of the little girl. Now DeFranco is on the scene. Tommy don't know about DeFranco yet, but we know about DeFranco. So for Janard moving forward, he's in that one-track mind. Let me find little K. Not because little K shot at Tommy, but because little K killed the girl. And I know that if Tommy can't get a hold of him, Tommy's going to come back here. Now, that nervousness, when it start kicking in, ooh, wait, whoa, 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 there ain't no coming back. Imagine, you were on Elm Street. Yeah, you were on Elm Street. You went to sleep. You took a little nap, but you woke up. You in the middle of the street. It's dark outside. All of this is one street light. And you hear some metal going down the sidewalk. You look up, it's Freddy Krueger. And he's on your ass. And you run and run and run and run. You can't escape that nervousness that you're feeling and those nightmares that you're having. Janard is doing this with both eyes open. Now you realize what's going on in Janard's head. There's only one way to get out of Elm Street, and that's waking up. The only way for Janard to get out of this is if he can wake up and shake back. But at this point, he's going deeper and deeper into sleep because he's not listening to anybody around him. He's going against all of his morals, and he's getting himself into some nonsense because he's thinking about taking things into his own hands. And that's because he knows that Tommy ain't playing around. Tommy ain't playing around. Like I said, Tommy, this is how serious Tommy is. You remember in season 1, Liliana worked for Tommy. They brought Janard in over at the house. This is the night where Janard was licking the face. That nasty night. Yeah, I remember. Tommy took a break out of his. This whole season 2 was supposed to be finding revenge for Liliana. Tommy instead drives this hot blue car over to Janard's house with the bullets in them just to let Janard know, I'm coming after you if you don't produce little K. Remember, he's supposed to be going at it with the Flynn family to find out who shot Liliana when they was at the rock quarry. Remember, Tommy took time out of his day to come and talk to Janard, and Janard's realizing this is bigger than treason. This is some real ride. Oof. Real wild shit. You see what I'm saying? So if we just follow Janard, we see it get worse and worse. Now, all of his crew, we can't knock the crew for the simple fact that he told us it's treason. Remember, at the beginning of the episode 1, he told us, he looked at all of us and said, it is treason. And that's when I asked y'all, am I at the right meeting? Because I thought I was supposed to be joining CBI, but I was at the treason meeting. I didn't know what we were here for. But Shanti's been telling them, no one in the crew is really trusting him. But he's not taking that and processing it. He's just hearing it and he's thinking, man, it ain't like that in the streets. But people, they pulling away. They pulling away from each other. And everybody is starting to test Janard. So we're slowly but surely seeing treason start to crumble and crumble and crumble and crumble. This ain't crumble cake. When this crumbles, I'm talking about stones, pebbles, rocks, all that BS. That's what's going on with treason right now. No one is really fucking with treason in the streets. In Janard, he don't even see that. Why? Because he got that tunnel vision. He got those blinders on. He's trying to find little K. And now the other knuckleheads in the treehouse crew, they got to stand down because the block is hot. We just heard that there's a joint task force being put together and they talking about sliding on motherfucking CBI. But it's CBI business over here. My dog Big Smurf over there, so we ain't backing down. But Janard ain't realizing that he's losing control of everything. Every minute that goes by, Janard is losing control of what he has going on. Now, the mistake isn't made yet. This is still the same mistake of not listening to Shanti and understanding that the crew ain't paying attention. The mistake hasn't been made yet. Kendall, you ain't never heard of Crumble Cake? And Moon, I did see what you said over there, but Kendall was right. I probably won't watch that based off the name. I'd have to do a pre-screening of that before I watch it. If you guys don't know what she's talking about, she said there's a movie called Hoochie Daddies, pause, on Tubi. That just sounds like that's gonna be a suspect movie. You know what I mean? That might be too much. You know what I mean? Pause. Oh, whoa, wait, where are we going with this? I'm gonna show y'all what crumble cake is. I know y'all heard of crumble cake. Come on, I know y'all know what crumble cake. It got the crumbles on top of the cake. What are we talking about? Crumb cake has a thicker pause layer of a streusel topping than coffee cake. Yeah, I heard of this before. I never ate it before, but I heard somebody order it. It's German. But yeah, it's crumb cake. It's crumb cake. But yeah, the crew, they tearing apart. What do you guys think Janard could have did to try to at least save what was left of CBI? I mean, not CBI, but treason before everyone started to pull away. You know what I mean? To start to actually turn on treason. Because right now, this is the only this. I don't remember his name is, but he's the only one that's really in Janard's corner. Everyone else is flipping on him. I don't know, man. That ain't you know what I'm saying. We'll figure it out, Miss Moon. We'll figure it out. Like I said, I gotta do a pre-screening before I get on here and be talking because I don't want to offend nobody because I will, but I don't want to. So what could Janard do to at this point? What could he have done after we seen that little K went off and did his own thing? Chewy, R.I.P. rest his soul. He's knocked off. What could he have done to make the crew be like, hey, all right, we're going to lay low for this minute? Because it's the same thing that Tommy has going on. It's the same thing that Tommy has going on. Diamond's been telling Tommy not to do stuff. Tommy does it. They get into some trouble. Want to get started something? Yeah. Tommy already starting something. Just curious to stay out the drug. I'm just talking about like right now. We haven't got to the drug part. He hasn't did the coke yet, at least. We're just talking about what could he have done up until this point. We know that little K already did what he did. Was there any way of saving treason, or was it already too far gone? Like he already lost grips of everything. So I don't know. The crew wanted payback for Chewy. Exactly, man. That's the only thing that hurts. If Chewy didn't die, Janard would have more control. I told you, Big Smurf, you could have saved Chewy, Big Smurf. You could have saved Chewy, man. All right. Who cares? RIP and flipped. Let's continue on. Because the mistake hasn't been made yet. Right now, this is just life. This is just you trying to figure it out. Here's where the mistakes are starting to be made. And the reason I'm putting this moment right here as the mistake is because Shanti's been telling him the last couple of episodes to, hey, chill, Janard. Remember, she was helping him out with money. He was doing bad on money. 2 episodes, she brought him money. She even brought him money and he got some. I've never seen that done in history. Well, actually, it's 2 times. The first time she showed up to the house and gave him some money, and he was like, he can't take it. But then they did pause. Then they did what they did. Then the next time he came up to the office and she said she was going to invest into him, and then she gave him some. So the mistakes that are being made is not listening to Shanti. Shanti had the money. She was backing him financially. You remember he went over to Claudia's and Claudia told that nigga no. He went to Shanti. Shanti gave him money. Shanti gave him some. Shout out to Shanti. But she told him, hey, the crew don't trust you. And here in the boxing ring, she already told him the crew don't trust you again. And don't go after little K. Don't go after little, whatever happened. She's basically saying, let Tommy deal with that. Whatever happened in the streets, let him deal with it. But remember, Tommy showed up to his house at 8 o'clock in the morning with his car shot up and put a threat on him and said, if you don't get little K, I'm going to get little K. And I'm going to come and get you. Damn. Miss Moon, you know, over on my channel, we have a saying, with the Lord and a good woman, a man shall find his way. Now, Janard, if he don't have the Lord. He don't have the Lord because he got a good woman because she giving him money when he ain't got money. She giving him money when he ain't got money. That's a good woman. But he ain't got the Lord right now. All he got is Tommy, that voice in the back of his noggin telling him, I'm going to get you, sucker. So, Janard, if you ain't never had nobody after then, you wouldn't understand what Janard is going through right now. This is some stressful stuff. Now, I ain't never had nobody like chase me or be after me, but I know when I was out and about, I had to be aware of my surroundings in case somebody that I was into it with was watching. It's very nerve-wracking, but it's the way it is in the streets. Janard, he's getting multiple opportunities to fall back off of little K. Now, this information, Tommy is telling him to go get little K. That's because if Tommy goes and get little K, he's gonna make a spectacle of it, and he's gonna come back after Janard. So Janard is pressing. So we can't really knock him for this, but the whole mistake goes back to Shanti telling him that the crew didn't trust him. He should have done something. Remember, he gave Chewy those bricks for 26. Chewy finessed them on them bricks. Chewy finessed them on them bricks back in the day, or 2 episodes ago. Damn. Do you guys believe that Shanti should have gave him little K's information? Y'all cool with that? Or what are y'all thinking? I know we talking about Janard's mistakes, but do you think that she should have gave up that information? Like, I mean, she fucked with Janard. Let's get that straight. She fucks with Janard. So should she have gave up that information to go and get little K, potentially knowing what could come from all of this? You know what I mean? Because that's the whole thing. Don't go after little K. The block is already hot. Everyone knows that a little girl's dead. Me, I think it's good because Janard did start to get angry. Janard said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's treason over here. So I give Janard credit because everyone was saying that Shanti runs Janard. But in this moment, Janard took a second. He thought about it. And then he realized that his life is more important than little K's life. Damn. Janard should have probably gotten in the ring and just blew off some steam or something. What you thinking? So Janard, you know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe Janard should have got some and he got level-headed or something. Because he could have got little K and took little K to Tommy. Damn. I'm trying to think. Because after he leaves, he goes and talks to grandma. He don't get the Lamborghini taken until after he talks to grandma. Oh, here's another mistake that he made. The showing up at grandma's house. All right, so everybody, we in agreement. She wasn't wrong for it. All right, bet. I just making sure we all on the same page. Damn, little K really is little K. I didn't know this little K was this short. Janard towering over him. Janard should have taken out Miss Kingston and Little K. Kingston! Damn all those beautiful girls. They only want to do you dirt. They'll have you suicidal when they say it's over. It started at the park, used to chill at the dark. Oh, when you went away. Yeah, man, shout out to Sean Kingston. But why would Janard pull up broad daylight, man? Janard is on that stuff, man. This was a whole mistake. Unless you were going to do it and go through with it, this was a mistake, Janard. Broad daylight. I'm telling you, when you nervous, you don't think correctly. Look at Janard, man. Look at Janard, man. Janard is over here wilding out, but he's scared for his life, man. Tommy Egan is after him. Tommy Egan is after him, man. Damn. So let me see. Is Janard, is the mistake him showing up, or is the mistake him not being masked up? You know what I mean? Is the mistake him not being masked up? Because we know that his ears are going to be the giveaway. Grandma called it out. So we have to look at this and assess this mistake as, is this mistake actually over with? Because we know he killed little K. That right there was a mistake. He doesn't know that DeFranco was over here already talking to grandma, but he knows that grandma's going to tell. So this mistake right here, this whole little K situation, this is going to always be over his head unless they can put, I don't even know how they could get Janard out of this. He could lay low, but grandma knows about him. DeFranco talks directly to grandma. DeFranco was investigating the crime, and he's one step closer. He got a little K, which can go back to grandma. Grandma can say that there was a gentleman that came over with a gun earlier with a messed up ear and ate up all the cookies. And remember, doing all of this, our dog, Big Smurf, was watching the whole thing. Big Smurf was watching the whole thing. Remember, Tommy called him, I need you to trail Janard. What for? You want me to get him? Nah, just follow him. I want to know where he's at. Now, he's been giving up all the information. Big Smurf was texting every move that Janard made. He would text it back or talk to Tommy about it. We know that Janard, a simple mistake that we can all apply to our everyday lives, is watch the vehicles around you. This is 2 times in one episode that Janard was being trailed and never knew anything about it. Big Smurf followed him around. The Serbs followed him around and took the Lambo. Tommy ended up following them after he sent the location of where they took the Lambo. So Janard, that's that tunnel vision, y'all. That's that nervousness, that tunnel vision. You can't shake out of it. So Janard has more than one issue, but all of them are tied back into the little K situation. His mistakes all tie in with little K. He was doing just fine until little K did what he did, because he told them, fuck all of that. Leave Tommy alone and let's get money. But Janard never had control over treason from the get-go. So is the mistake little K, or is it he wasn't ever really a good leader? Hey, y'all know me. Hey, one thing y'all can't say about Mo, I don't care who it is. I'm just gonna let you know what we hear down in the streets. We don't know what Big Smurf know. But if the Franco come in the scene, I don't know, man. They might. I don't know, man. You know me. I'm gonna call out everybody. We don't know what Big Smurf is capable of. Hopefully, he on that CBI business, but he was also here. So if anything happens to Grandma, remember he seen Janard here also. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he could be using it to the police, but he could also let Tommy know, hey, Janard about to wild out. He might go back and try to get the grandma. We don't know what all he knows. But what we do know is the mistake has been made by Janard by not being aware of his surroundings, pulling up with a gun broad daylight, talking to the grandma and knowing that she's going to tell on him and then taking out little K. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to rock, paper, scissors and find out how the hell Janard can get out of this jam. Janard never really controlled treason. Chewie flips sides, screws him over on the bricks, gets him for 26 instead of the 31 that they were getting from Tommy. Little K then hears that Chewie is dead. He wants to go seek revenge. Instead of hitting Tommy, he hits a little girl. Tommy pulls up to Janard's house and lets him know that treason is over with. They're getting cut down unless he can deliver little K by COP. Janard then goes against Shanti, who's already told him numerous of times, the crew don't trust you, fall back on little K. Then he goes over here broad daylight with a gun, talks to grandma, eats some cookies. Big Smurf follows him. Big Smurf gives the information to Tommy. The Surge follow, and they take the Lamborghini, and then he gets in the car. He calls little K. He calls little K and tells him to pick him up. We didn't see him take little K's phone. We didn't see anything, man. All we know is Janard killed little K, strangled him in the truck. DNA is all in the truck. He then took the body and drugged the body outside and put it next to a trash can with one trash bag on top of it. Then he continued to drive in the grandma's truck to go pick up some H up under the bridge. Then he got high, and we don't know if he drove off or anything. We just know that he got high up under the bridge. He might still be sleeping in there going into episode 4. Yeah, he took the truck. He took the truck and he's high in the truck. He's sitting in the truck right now up under a bridge somewhere. DeFranco also talks to Chicken Wing, who I'm sure saw Janard dump little K body. I mean, was that in the same area? I'm pretty sure he knows what's going on in the streets, though, because he was giving up a lot of information. Now, could Janard go to Chicken Wing? Could Janard go to Chicken Wing and ask him what does he know? Do we see that? Do we see that in the future? Do we see Chicken Wing, you know what I'm saying, aiding in the bed and the criminals in the street? Or is Chicken Wing done? Is Chicken Wing gone? Because we know that Janard, he gone. He done. He down here. Junkie J, man. And I think he got a rollie on. Next thing you know, he gonna be pawning that rollie for 2 bags of H. Ain't that something, man? Janard's mistakes just keep catching up with him. Now, if you watch closely, he thought for a little bit before he bought these two. He's on the cocaine prior to this. Remember, when old boy came to pick him up, that's when he was on the cocaine. Little K. But after this, he ain't had no more, so he read up on 2 bags of H. But before he asked for it, he thought about it because he knows this is a whole nother ball game. This is a whole nother ball game. It's unfortunate that Janard messed up like this, but I don't see any possible outcome unless he lays low for a little bit or they try to place like they'll probably connect little K to that murder of the little girl. I don't see how Janard can make it about this unless he lays low at one of the like CBI's warehouse or something. Miss Cheryl says she thinks that Chicken Wing will be the key to all of this. Damn. Chicken Wing is a snitch, and Tommy will take Chicken Wing out before he gets to Bobby DeFranco. So wait, are y'all seeing Chicken Wing seen him put the body over there? Did they show Chicken Wing? Maybe I missed that. Janard to go on a killing spree. Nah, man, he can't go on no killing spree. Not right now. Hell no, man. Man, they just dropped the episode 4 clip too. Man, I wish I could just watch it, but you gotta cut that mug up or they're gonna hit us. Oh, okay, y'all saying just a theory. All right. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know if he would know about the little K situation. I don't know if they showed him or not. If he does know about it, I'm sure the streets are gonna talk. Somebody had to know that little K was talking with the police. Someone had to see him. He was at the Stop the Violence rally right across the street. Chicken Wing don't know about little K incident. He only knew about the Chewy kill. All right, bet. Yeah, he probably is always nearby somewhere, Kendall. That's one thing about Chicken Wing. He got that damn cart too, so he's mobile. He's a mobile saxophone player. So if y'all ever want to find him, just holler at me. I give you Chicken Wing's location, you know what I'm saying? He'll play some tunes for you. What woman in her right mind wants to invest in a man like this? I'm going to have to have a glass of no. But she doesn't know. No one knows that Janard did this except for Tommy. No one knows even Big Smurf. Big Smurf doesn't know that Tommy watched him kill Little K. Because remember, Big Smurf gave the address, and that was it. He said it was on like this corner. They took the Lambo. That's when Tommy was in the garage, and he got the text message. So no one knows that Janard did this except for Grandma, Tommy, and Janard. Are we thinking Grandma's going to give up that information? I don't think they're getting rid of Janard that fast. So I think Janard's going to probably get to her first. But maybe here's my theory. Grandma is gonna, once she's notified, because DeFranco is gonna be the one to notify her that her grandson is killed. Now, what I'm thinking is gonna happen, she doesn't know Janard's name. She just knows that Janard showed up. So not having a name or any other information, that's gonna probably be all she can give DeFranco at the moment. This is gonna give Janard time to go and take out Grandma. I mean, he's already in the hole. Might as well send her over there to do what he got to do. He takes out Grandma, and now DeFranco doesn't have anything to go off of except for an ear. That's the only description that he has: a black man with a cauliflower ear. Now, this could tie in Chicken Wing, and they start asking Chicken Wing, "Hey, Chicken Wing, who do you know out on the streets that got a messed up ear or something?" You see what I'm saying? Which could lead to Tommy taking out Chicken Wing because Chicken Wing knows about the Chewy hit. But I'm just trying to connect everything together. You see what I'm saying? DeFranco gets the information from Grandma. Janard takes out Grandma. The information he has from Grandma, he goes to old boy Chicken Wing. Chicken Wing gives him information about Janard, and this is how he starts investigating into Janard. But he don't have any information outside of it was a guy with a messed up ear. I don't think Janard has a rap sheet because remember, when Diamond went to jail, Janard took over. He was supposed to go to college. So he's educated. He was supposed to go play baseball. But I don't think he's been arrested or anything like that. He has said DeFranco's going to press him with it being Tommy. I could see that. Trying to put the and she could be saying, no, it was a guy. There was a guy that came over that had a messed up ear. Okay, I could see that. That works. He's trying to press and say it's Tommy because we already know that the feds is joint task force that is looking like it's probably not going to work. this joint task force. They have pictures of Tommy Egan. Okay. I would be good with that. Let's just say they let Janard leave. Like, let's say episode not 4, maybe like episode 5. After all of this starts going down, if they let Janard lay low for like 2 episodes and say he got out of town, I would be okay with that. I would be fine with that. That'd be realistic compared to him just riding around the city high in this stolen vehicle. You know what I mean? So that would be cool if they were to say Janard went out of town, maybe the end of episode 5 or the beginning of episode 5, end of 4. Hey, Janard needed to leave town for a little bit because Tommy's seen him do it. So Tommy and him, they gonna probably have a conversation, and Tommy knows that all of this is gonna make the block hot. So he might give Janard some advice. Hey, you need to lay low or get out of town. And that's why I was saying I'd like to see Janard and Diamond link back up and him come up under CBI. But this could be the start, and he realizes that Tommy really ain't that bad of a dude as long as you don't cross him. Oh, okay, we on to something. We on to something. Shout out to Romney. That's a good idea. If they let Diamond, I mean not Diamond, Janard leave for like an episode, 2 episodes. I mean, they still mention his name and everything now that he's like just completely gone. But even if it's just 1 episode and they, you know what I'm saying, they do what they do. That'll be good. But I would say he needed to, if he's gonna leave town, they gotta let him catch another body. You know what I mean? If we're gonna do this right, let's do this right. It can't just be one. He gotta go do something. You know what I mean? I don't know where Janard can go. I mean, that's a good question. We just throwing that out. I mean, shit. Anywhere outside of Chicago at this point. Because he knows that grandma knows that he did that. Damn. Yeah, Buddy is CBI. Buddy is 100% CBI. He's getting the work from them. Man, it's crazy, man. Look, we about to come up on 2 hours. I was gonna do another person, but if we're gonna do a Tubi movie tonight, we got an interview and we talked about the biggest mistake this week, which was Janard. So that's good. We got a little bit of free time. I gotta get off here, get something to eat. I'll be back on at 11 p.m. Eastern. If you haven't yet, subscribe to my new channel. The Mo You Know is pinned in the chat. Subscribe to that. Join the Discord. Inside the Discord, you'll know up front when I'm gonna have interviews and stuff because I talk to the people in the Discord. It's a fun little spot. We talk about other TV shows, cancellations. The Mo You Know is a realistic channel where we talk about current events and what's going on. We do Tubi movies over here. I'm telling you guys, I'm trying to work as much as I can before I leave because I know it's going to be a little minute to set up and get back on track. So I'm going to try to be on screen and on lives as long as possible. Of course, we got the Power Daily videos dropping. Definitely a good time, man. So subscribe to my new channel. I think we need 20 subscribers and we'll be at 200. So subscribe to the Mo You Know. Hit that Discord link. Shout out to my girl Kendall, one of my top moderators. She's been around for the long run. I appreciate you all. And if you know anybody on the show, reach out to them and let them know, man. I'll interview them, bring them on here. We're going to joke around a little bit. We're going to talk some seriousness. And we're giving everybody that exposure. That's one reason I really started doing Tubi even more. It started off, we were watching McGraw Ave, but then people wanted to watch more movies. People are reaching out because I don't know if anybody else is watching it. But for me personally, as an independent content creator, I love watching independent film, independent content, all of that. They on strike, but guess what? Us independents, we not. So we gonna watch these Tubi movies. We clown around, but hey, man, it is what it is, man. We enjoy watching it, and we're getting our people's names out there. You never know. One of these artists, they might, you know what I mean? They might blow up. One of these actors, shit, they might go to a whole new, you know what I mean? And they gonna reach back and be like, man, the Moettes, man, they were the one that supported me. Tubi Monday, Ruthie. Tubi Tuesday. Wednesday, I'm gonna be chilling. Thursday, I would do the Mo You Know over there. But then again, we might do something Wednesday night too, man. We might do a Tubi movie every single night until I leave, to be honest with you. But hit that link. Join the Discord. We talk about movies over there also. That Hoochie Daddy movie, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of pauses. So I don't know about that. I have to this would be one movie that I got like pre-screen before I bring on to the channel. Other than that, most of the movies I just watch them all. I'll record like a minute and see if it'll give me a copyright. But other than that, we're gonna find a movie tonight, 11 p.m. Eastern. We got us a Tubi movie on Monday. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to the Mo You Know. We need 20 subscribers over there for 200. Join the Discord, man. I appreciate each and every one of you, man. It's a good time, man. Seriously, a good time. So, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Kendall wants me to write these scripts. All right, let me get to a place where I can sit down, man. I'm telling you, when I'm working on this couch, I can throw together some thumbnails, but man, I ain't trying to like type all that. Let me finish school. I got 4 weeks left of school, and I'm done. I'll have my master's. I'll be able to sit down and type up some stuff, but I don't know if they want my stuff on TV, to be honest with you. My movies might be a little too real. Some far-fetched, but maybe too real for TV. We'll see. We'll see. But hit that like button, man. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back on in like 2 hours. We got us some movies to watch. We're going to figure it out, man. Oh, yeah. And if y'all didn't know, fuck Team Treason is CBI business. CBI business. From here on out, it's CBI business. 50, I need the green light chain. Diamond, Tommy, I need the CBI chain. Let's go. It's CBI business. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. My name is Mo.J. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tonight for a Tubi movie because we working overtime. So do your thing, man. You already know how we getting up out of here.